Hi guys, and welcome back to Foodie Families. As you can see, I am back at the library, so that means we are going to be doing no bake options for our foods for the rest of this program. Today we are going to be making no bake cookies. I'm super excited for this one. Just a few things before we start. As always, wash your hands. Make sure you're working on a clean surface. Tie your hair back or wear a hat. And have fun. All right, let's go ahead and get into our tutorial. Okay guys, let's go ahead and start making our no-bake cookies. I'm gonna go ahead and go over what we need, and then we can get into the actual baking of this. To start, we need a cookie sheet, and you can either use aluminum foil or parchment paper. Wax paper would be fine too. Just something to line your cookie sheet with. You're going to need a mixing bowl, a spoon, spatula, a knife. You can use a butter knife for this as well, but a knife of some sort. If you're using a sharp knife, please make sure it's an adult that's using it. Measuring cup, this one's a half a cup. I'm going to be doing half a cup at a time, and then measuring spoons. Okay, so that's for our utensils. For the actual ingredients, you're going to need 1.5 cups of peanut butter. You can use unsweetened peanut butter and then add honey and a pinch of salt, but I am going to be using this, the honey roasted Peter Pan peanut butter, creamy. If you would like a little extra crunch, you can do the crunchy peanut butter. And then 3/4 of a cup of butter. I am going to be using salted. You can use unsalted if you'd like. This is at room temperature, so if your butter's at room temperature, you can use a butter knife. If it's cold, you might want to use a sharper bladed knife. And then you need 5 cups of oatmeal. I'm using this Quaker Oats Quick Oats. And then to add a little bit of extra flavor, I'm going to be using a couple tablespoons of vanilla, and then just a smidge of cocoa powder. Okay, and that's all we need for that. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's see. Hopefully you guys can see the bowl. Yep. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and start with our peanut butter and our regular butter. We're gonna put these in the bowl, and then we're going to make sure they are melted down to where they're just melted. We do not want it to boil. We're gonna go ahead and so 1 stick of butter is a half a cup. So we're going to put 1.5 sticks of butter in. Go ahead and cut this in half. Or if you are using a tub of butter, then again, you just use your measuring cup. So there's 3/4 cup of butter. And then for this, since it's open at the end and I don't want that, I'm going to go ahead and take my paper and I'm going to fold that back down, and then I'll stick it in the refrigerator. Okay, next we're going to add our peanut butter. So we need 1.5 cups. So I'm going to go ahead and take my half cup, and we're going to need 3 of these. Alright guys, now that we have that in the bowl, we are going to stick this in the microwave. I'm going to microwave it for 30 seconds at a time until it's just melted. I will go through that process and I'll show you as it goes. Alright, I've done it for 30 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and take my spatula, and I'm just going to give it a good stir. so there's still some big chunks in there. I'm gonna go ahead and do this for another 10 seconds probably, and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, so I ended up doing 15 seconds, and it looks like that may have been the trick. So you want it to be nice and like soupy. I'm gonna go ahead and break up these chunks here. Make sure everything is melted and thoroughly combined. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and add our oats. Okay, so we are going to do, we're going to mix in our vanilla, our cocoa powder, and our oats. So our vanilla, we're just going to do a couple tablespoons. Maybe 1.5. Don't need much more of that. And then our cocoa powder, we'll do a couple teaspoons to start, and then we can add as we go if we need more. I would recommend sifting this. I do not have a sifter on hand, so alright, so we're going to go ahead and mix that into our melted peanut butter and butter. Alright, I think that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and add our oats. As I said, we're going to need 5 cups of oats. Oops, just made a mess. 5 cups of oats. I'm going to add half a cup at a time. 1. So for 5 cups of oats, we're going to need 2 teaspoons. I think this might be good. So instead of the 5 cups, we'll just need 4. Yeah, make sure you have it well incorporated. You want all your oats coated. All right, we're gonna set this to the side and prep our, or clean up our space and then prep our pan. All right, so we've got our pan. I'm gonna go ahead and put some parchment paper to it. All right, doesn't have to be too thick. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my dough and get our spoon out again, and then we're going to make 12 cookies. Don't try to make roll the cookies in a ball. Just dollop some out and stick them on your paper. And then you can form the cookie after it's on the sheet. And you don't have to stick them super far apart because they're not gonna flatten out baking wise. So. And if you're doing this barehanded, I would suggest maybe putting some, greasing your hands a little bit with some butter, so that way when you are forming, you are sticking or touching the cookies, it doesn't stick to your hands. Alright, those are done. I'm going to go ahead and pop these in the refrigerator for 2 hours, and then I will see you when we're done. Okay guys, just a quick note while we were waiting for these to set. Some of the things that I've used I know can be allergens. So like peanut butter, I know some people are allergic to peanuts and can't do that. So you can substitute in another type of butter. So you can do almond butter, you can do sunflower butter, you could do cashew butter, just some sort of butter. Nut butter or seed butter. For the butter, the actual butter that I used, if you don't do butter or you can't have butter with dairy products and that sort of thing, you can substitute in coconut oil. And then as well, like if you don't like oats or you have an intolerance to oats, you can use another substitute. So you can use Rice Krispies, you can use Cheerios if oats are just not your thing. Those are the only things I can think of. Again, we're going to set these for 2 hours, and I will see you whenever they are all set. Alright guys, bye. We are getting our cookies from the refrigerator. I'm going to go ahead and test them. Oh, they're perfect. Check them out. They look delicious. Alright, I'll be right back. There you guys have it. You have your no-bake cookies. Just peel them right up, and they are ready to eat. I would suggest storing these in a refrigerator in either a plastic bag or a sealable container. That was awesome, guys. I know that I'm going to be enjoying these cookies. I hope you do too. With that, I will see you next time. Bye!